Hello everyone and welcome. We will continue talking about the database instance, but today we will talk about the background processes. So what we will learn in this lecture? First thing, we will understand the background processes and also the main purpose of each background process. Now, as I told you before, that the database instance containing memory and the processes. We have two types of processes. We have a server process and we have also background processes. Now we understand what is the meaning of server process and we describe it in detail. Regarding the background processes, I have required processes and also I have optional processes. First thing, let's define the background processes. The background processes is a bunch of dedicated server-side processes running in the background. We have many tasks for the background processes. Each of these has a specific job, but the main task is writing database blocks to disk, writing redo entries to disk, making sure all the database files on disk are synchronized, and also perform maintenance tasks. Let's try to understand these processes one by one. First thing, we have database writer processes, DBWN. Now when we see N, this means that I could have many database writers. Remember this. Now, the main purpose of the database writer is very simple. It is responsible for writing contents of the database buffer to files on disk. That's it. Regarding the log writer, LGWR, it is responsible for writing redo records from the redo log buffering memory into a physical disk. And we describe the redo log buffering in details. Remember this. Now we have also checkpoint process, CKPT. This process handles database checkpoints. What is the meaning of checkpoint? Actually, it's very simple. An Oracle checkpoint is a database event which synchronized modified data blocks in memory from the buffer cache with the data files on disk. So simply, this process synchronizes the data between the buffer and the database files in the physical location. This is very nice. We have a process called System Monitor Process, SMON. Actually, it performs recovery during the startup sequence of the Oracle instance if required, and also responsible for cleaning up any unused temporary segment. We will understand temporary segment later. So this is the main purpose of the SMON. We have also a process monitor, PMON, performs process recovery when a user process or a session fails. So this is the main purpose. And also, it is responsible for cleaning up any changes made to blocks into the database buffer cache and releasing resources that were previously used by a failed user session. So that's it. Take it like this. We will understand more and more later, but I just want you to understand the concept now, okay? Very nice. We have a process called recovery process, RECO, and it's used as a part of distributed database transaction. What is the meaning of distributed transaction? Actually, distributed transactions are transactions that involve multiple databases. So it's very simple. I have two databases, for example. When I want to commit, the commit should happen on the two databases together. If I make rollback, the rollback should happen on the two databases together. That's it. So this process help in this. We have also a process called listener registrations process, LREG. It is responsible for registering the Oracle instance with the Oracle Network Listener. Actually, the listener accepting remote incoming user connections. So we use the listener in order to connect the database remotely. So this process, LREG, help for this. That's it. And also we have archiver process, RCN. And remember, when I say N, this means that I could have many archival processes. What is the main task for the archival processes? It is responsible to copy the Oracle read-o-log files to a remote storage device after a read-o-log switch has occurred. And why we do this? Because copying the database read-o-logs to another storage system is very important from a backup and recovery perspective. That's it. So this is the information I want you to know today. Thank you and see you in the next video.